Hello, Furkan. Hello, everyone. Thank you for agreeing to have this conversation together with me. This discussion, this interview is being conducted within Media Freedom Rapid Response, which is a project financed by the European Union. I'll start with a short introduction of you, Furkan, and then we get to questions. Furkan Saliu is a journalist in North Macedonia. He worked for bilingual TV station TV21. His work is very popular, and he has become known for offering an interesting and unusual approach to the stories he produces. In 2023, together with a few colleagues, he founded PortalX, a well-known media outlet now in North Macedonia, reporting news from across the country in Albanian and Macedonian languages. He and his colleagues have been subject to harassment from state and non-state actors. Recently, he was detained after he tried to record police violence in the aftermath of a football match. The MFRR has organized advocacy around this case and has offered legal support. Today, it's my pleasure to interview you, Furkan, to discuss your case, but also safety of journalists in North Macedonia. I'll start with the first question. Perhaps just if you can share with our audience, why were you detained on 7th of April and what happened on that day?
Well, thank you for having me. If you ask me, it's very simple because our camera solves problems. I was arrested in a football match where we knew that from the threats in social media that there's going to be problems. Before the start of the match, a police officer was joking with his colleagues and me, saying if he takes out his phone, be careful. That's what happened. Special forces unit started beating this young guy in front of our car, and of course, as a journalist, it's my duty to report that. When they saw that I was filming, one of the police officers took my phone down, and the other four arrested me. So that's shortly what happened back in Konjare, and after that, this whole propaganda about me carrying an illegal gun with me and all that stuff.
This is what we heard. So while you were being detained, there was a lot of information emerging online, coming from various sources that there was a weapon, and that this was an illegal weapon, and that your house was also controlled by the authority. Was this the case?
I mean, like 1 week before I was arrested, we published a story about Kumanovo, the party who took the Ministry of Interior Affairs in our, how to say, technical government. We have that that type of government before elections. And the news was huge about using, let's say, state agencies for political purposes, and it become like the main debate in our country. I think that the second part of my case, the propaganda against me, was very good planned. About the gun, it was I have license for the gun, and it was.
Were you using it that day? On that day?
In how to say, in the place where it should be used. A lot of people have guns,
Yeah.
and they go where the gun is supposed to be used, and it was not on me when I was working, shooting the video. That part is very clear because I don't have nothing from the authorities, not one charge, but it was used against me, to try to portray me as a violent person, even though I haven't been in police station in my life. That this was my first time, and can you imagine? Because I was reporting, I was detained.
And there was also the Minister of Internal Affairs also commented on the case more than once, right?
Yes, maybe maybe it wasn't professional from my part going in the next press conference, but I had to confront him with the facts because in the like few hours after I was detained, he was going on social media saying that I attacked a police officer. I was carrying a gun without explaining how the gun was found and how was illegally my car was searched, and I had to go to the next press conference to confront him with the fact. And he said in front of the whole state that I was lying, that the videos will show that I attacked an officer, but the charges from the Ministry of Interior Affairs days after that didn't did, didn't confirm what the ministry was saying publicly. So that's the other part that I was really damaged because, as I said, they were trying to portray me, and I think that they succeeded because they have a large group of people. They succeeded to portray me as a violent person.
And this was actually my follow-up question on the impact it had this on you personally, your team, on personal basis, but also on your work. You have a new media outlet. What type of impact it had on you?
Well, when I founded PortalX, my goal was to gather a team with young people who are ready to fight for what we stand for. The youngest one is only 21 years and he's a video editor. Uh, Before the incident, we wouldn't think like twice when we go in some places where no media goes because it might be dangerous. But now I can see that they have doubts. I talked to them a couple of times and I told them this is their goal. They're trying to fight to waste our time in courts, police stations, so we can not do our job. But luckily, we have large group of people who support us, and I think that without their public pressure, probably I would still be in jail.
Detention, meaning using criminal law against journalists, is a very serious interference with media freedom and freedom of expression. Would you say that your case is an isolated case, or are there more cases of journalists and media outlets being intimidated and harassed in North Macedonia?
Well, I don't think that it's isolated incident. Just check the reports from the Association of Journalists in our country. 3 months ago, we were also attacked in Kichava. Criminal charges were imposed against the attacker, but we still don't have a final verdict. And I think that the latest political changes in our country, things will get, how can I say it, uglier. Yeah, because the society is divided between patriots and traitors and Albanians and Macedonians and Muslim and Orthodox, and in the end, for everything is journalists' fault. So it's like it has become normal in our country to threat, to curse a journalist, and I think that's bad. When abnormal becomes normal, it's really bad.
You partly responded to a question I had. So last year we had this fact-finding mission in North Macedonia, and we noted a fragile progress which was made, but we focused quite a lot on systematic threats facing independent journalism. But what we particularly noted a worrying recent trend of politicians using denigrating and hostile language towards journalists with no accountability. So as you said, journalists are the enemy, and this in practice is dangerous. Now you also said that now you had the election, so a new government will be there. Do you have hopes for progress in the country?
Well, to be honest, when the journalists are portrayed as enemies of the state, it's very hard to make progress. For 9 years now, I'm a victim of organized, politically motivated online harassment. They portrayed me as an enemy of Macedonians. For nine years, they are using this uh, this thing because they cannot find any link to corruption. They cannot find any link to political party. So if I say that we need the EU and NATO more than we need Russia, I'm automatically enemy of North Macedonia. And the other part, yes, I'm Albanian, but I'm born and raised in North Macedonia, so they are using this fact because I'm Albanian to portray me as an enemy of the state. Recently, you have an online, online campaign against me again, but as I said, it's become normally for us. That's bad, but somehow in that normality, we find the force to continue to fight because it's like you cannot stop them. They have more than 400,000 voters, more than 400 profiles, fake profiles online. But in the end, I know what citizens who are not politically how to say in politics. I know what they
Yeah.
think about my work. So
We intend to follow up on the fact-finding mission that we have with the new government. We have a series of recommendations, and this is our job to push for progress and to encourage governments to improve the situation. But I wanted to ask you, and this is my final question, how do you think press freedom international organizations can help you particularly and in general journalism and media freedom in North Macedonia?
well, yeah, your public reactions were very helpful. Also, we had a meeting with you, and you said that you are 24/7 available for us. You provided us with legal and public support, which is very important. Now, as I told you, I'm suing a couple of people that published fake news about my arrest. And in that part, your support will be very welcome because, as you know, it's in our country, it's very hard to find also a lawyer who is ready to stand against political parties that are in charge. But I found one, so I'm trying to clear my name first of all, because even though I don't have any criminal charges about attacking police officer or carrying illegally a gun, in the end, you know how is public opinion formed. So I need to do this to clear my name. And as far as not, you have been very helpful. I will just hope that you will continue to support us, and in the end, the truth will come out. Nobody can stop the truth.
Thank you, Furkan. Of course, on your case, we're together. I said this also personally, but also you have ECPM and all international organizations supporting you and PortalX, and we'll make sure that we support you on the legal case. But also more broadly, we work very closely with Safe Journalists Network and the Association of Journalists in Macedonia, and we'll continue to support them in the future. And together, let's aim for media freedom progress. I want to conclude this interview by inviting our viewers to read the report about North Macedonia. And I hope North Macedonian journalists don't beat us, but if they do, we're available and ready to help. Again, thank you very much, Furkan. It was my pleasure to have this conversation.
Thank you for having me.